microphone on here. So, guys, we are less than 30 minutes away from kickoff here. Let's make sure I got my. Yeah, there we go. How's everybody doing? Extreme Redskins. Okay. Yes, of course, the Redskins did kick ass yesterday. I will not deny it. Question for you guys. Does it sound okay here? I've got this other microphone set up. I'm here in the man cave, ready to start watching the game. I don't know about you guys, but I am excited as can be. I'm actually curious to see what is going to happen with our Cowboys as far as the national anthem goes. Now, I don't know what happened to all of my all my comments. Where did my comments go, guys? Okay, well, I can't see the comments at the moment. I must have clicked on something I shouldn't have. I hope everybody is having a great time tonight. I hope everybody's looking forward to this and is excited. I know I am ready for this game. Boy, am I ready for this game. Our Cowboys need to bounce back after the Washington Redskins kicked butt yesterday. It definitely puts us in almost a must-win situation here. I don't want to say it's a must-win situation, but we really need to do well tonight. Do you watch on my page? I'm trying. Forgive me here, guys. I clicked on something and I can't see the comments at the moment. So let me try and go out of this real quick and see if I can figure out what it is. The main thing I am looking for tonight, we need our team. I swear, we need our team to get a pass rush. We need DeMarcus Lawrence to go ahead and get another couple of sacks because Carson Palmer is definitely not the same quarterback under pressure that he is when he has a clean pocket. Key number one. Key number two, Zeke Elliott has got to get back on track. Forgive me here, guys. There we go. Okay, there we go. I can see your comments. Hallelujah. Okay, Zeke needs 28 carries, but he needs over 100 yards. Dez versus Patrick Peterson, that's going to be a tough task. And again, Dez has been facing the best cornerbacks in the NFL the first couple of weeks. So it's kind of amazing to me that everybody pretty much says that Dez Bryant is done. He's over with. He's overrated. They should trade him. Guys, I think he is just playing really good guys. Last week, I will give everybody a pass because nobody played worth a darn last week. And I think that they're going to be okay. It's so amazing to me how somebody had commented earlier with the laugh out loud. So I'm not trying to call anybody out. But they're using my own words against me. And they said, oh, you said that Dez Bryant was going to be, one of the top receivers and everything else, that Dez and Dak were going to be on track. And I'm like, dude, we have 14 games left in the season. We've only played 2 games. You're going to judge a whole season on that? At the moment, there's nobody who is, other than Jason Witten, who has stretched out the whole team and done fantastic as far as receiving goes. And like I always try and tell you guys, understand the first month of the season is garbage time. You're going to have teams that look fantastic the first couple of weeks, and then by October, they look like garbage. Why? Because for a lot of teams, they're not playing everybody in preseason. You're not getting a whole lot of work. And then that fourth game is basically garbage time. So when you start out, really the first game is the first time that their whole team is playing a complete game. Some teams have a little more cohesion to begin with the season, a little bit healthier, but then the real teams start to develop come October. And we're already seeing where you've seen a couple of teams that looked really, really good one week, and all of a sudden they look bad the next. This week was really crazy because we had so many games that were unbelievable. For the Bears to beat the Steelers, which was a lot of people's Super Bowl favorites, the Steelers aren't looking that good. Big Ben is actually looking kind of old. You looked at Atlanta. You're 3-0, but you got a question on my defense. We really should have lost that game yesterday to the Lions had it not been for that call and them literally screwing the Lions. I mean, that's as bad as the catch, no catch for the Cowboys. To reverse the call, okay, I could see that. But technically, the nature of the ruling is if there's irrefutable evidence to turn it over. To me, there were a lot of question marks in that call to be able to overturn it. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, for the officials to be the one looking at the call, it wasn't a penalty on the Lions. It wasn't the Lions called timeout and didn't have it. This was on the officials. So to turn around for the officials to call it a touchdown and then say, oh, we got to do a 10-second runoff after you change the call, which technically could have gone either way, that's on the officials. They literally robbed the Lions of a game. And unfortunately, in the division that they're in, that could be a death nail. They have Minnesota's playing well, even without Sam Bradford. They scored a lot of points yesterday. Green Bay is always good as well. So that game could come back to haunt the Lions, and they were literally robbed of it. But we as Cowboy fans understand what being robbed is like.
So it's right there?
It's right there. There's the camera, my beautiful wife. If you dip down, you can go right up underneath of it.
So if I sit there, I'm okay?
You sit there, you'll be fine. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but nobody likes to be on camera with me. I don't know if it's just that. Oh,
I see what
okay.
happened to Kayla on Facebook with that dude stalking her.
Okay.
Yeah, one of Dad's followers were stalking Kayla on Facebook and on YouTube.
Okay, yeah. Well, all right. Michael's worried about one of you guys stalking him. Okay, so please, if you happen to see Michael on here, please do not stalk him. Okay, he's scared. I see one of the questions is, what am I eating actually tonight? Joe Boo, thank God. Last week we had a great time with the Dallas Cowboy fan club and everything, but we weren't on our home turf. Joe Boo did not have his signature Joe Boo wings. He did not have his really good rum here, and this bottle of rum, thus far, has only had one shot out of it, and that was for game number 1. So, I've always wanted to drop the mic on a statement, but not like that. Sorry about that if that hurt you guys' ears. But we got Joe Boo's rum. Oh, man, I got to get Joe Boo's cigar, too. So we'll be all ready to go tonight. Hopefully we'll have the mojo going. Mark, your wife is about to grow up. You got
Did you see me?
Yes, you walked right in front of the camera.
Oh, I know, but am I still on the camera?
Actually, your hand is. So
all right. The wings are awesome. FYI.
Your hands will be stalked on Facebook, okay? So, here we are. Yes, we see the beautiful wings there. There's a tape delay, so I'm just seeing your hands coming out. And your hands literally are on the camera right now. Okay. But testimony, the wings are good. She lets you know if you guys want to try out that recipe. I have it on the front page of the YouTube channel here, so check that out. What I'm eating tonight, we actually have, hopefully, a taco sighting. We've got steak tacos here, as well as shrimp tacos, and, of course, Joe Boo's wings for a little extra mojo. Hopefully, they'll go good. And for my wife, to let her know, there is no sugar added to this. This is 100% clean. She's actually trying to get me and my fat behind on a sugar-free diet. We have a friend of ours who went from like 320 pounds down to about 240, just basically eliminating sugar in his diet. So I may be trying that as well.
I can also help with this.
What do I think about ODBJ being like a dog and peeing like a dog? Well, Donald Trump did say son of a bitch, so maybe he was trying to do something on that. Or maybe he was just pissed that the Giants were actually losing. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what he was doing. That was one of those things that was just kind of ridiculous, kind of stupid. And it's amazing that...
You're talking about him.
Well, true. It's true. I am talking about him. That's my wife pointed out. Hey, how you doing, Sarah? How you doing, Classic Reaction? Sandman? Giant L? Giant L, you actually hit the nail on the head. He is a selfish diva and not a team player. The thing about him is he is an incredible athlete. The things he does on the field should bring enough recognition to him that he doesn't have to do the nonsense stuff. But I can't figure that one out. It's just, that's what it is. But we're not going to talk about him because we have only about 15 minutes before our Cowboys kick off, and I can't wait.
Who do you like tonight,
Daniel, I see, as always, one thing I can say about you, Daniel, you are a diehard Giant fan, and you are always here. So we will give you props for doing that. And one thing about you is you're always wrong. Susie picks the Cowboys. What's up? How you doing, Jacob? Vic, Adrian, Robert, Boomer, Jose, Carla, James, yeah, Dat Green, Mickey. Good Lord, we got a lot of you guys here. I guess all of you guys are ready. Okay. I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but everybody but Susie is picking the Cowboys. That always scares me when the talking heads all pick the Cowboys. My thoughts on the Lions game: the Lions got robbed, flat out. You know, there's nothing you can do about it now, but the referees literally screwed that one up. And it's amazing because the calls go to New York to make sure they get the call right. To me, once they looked at that, there was not enough evidence to say turn it over. And you stick with the call that's on the field. Or the runoff is what really gets you because they could have had enough time to try and run the ball again and get in the end zone. So they definitely got the short end of the stack. My question to you guys is, we don't know what the Cowboys are going to do as far as the national anthem goes. How do you guys feel one way or the other? Some of the amazing things to me, I have a friend who's a Redskin fan who's in the military. I think he's been to Afghanistan 3 or 4 times. And he said something that was kind of interesting. He said, all these people are trying to say what we in the military feel who have never put on a uniform. And until you put on a uniform, you don't really have the right to say how we feel, which is kind of interesting. Another interesting thing I saw was a 97-year-old World War II veteran who was kneeling and saying, these young guys have the right to kneel. I fought and my buddies died so they would have that right. And I have no problem and I'm supporting them. So there's the flip side from the military standpoint. Now the question is, okay, come on, man, we're looking at a squirrel, you know? Okay. Football has gone to the squirrels now. So the interesting thing is, well, Jason, how do you feel about the whole standing and all about the national anthem? Oh, Law Nation's in the house. All right, man. Well, we know it's a party now. I agree, Albert. We better show up tonight. I'm hoping that was just a bad game. The interesting thing for me, and shout out to Law Nation, and guys, if you don't know who Law Nation is, come out from under the rock and be sure to subscribe to this channel because my man breaks down everything better than anybody else out there. He hasn't been doing a lot of videos lately because he's in the process of moving and all that, but he's going to be hot and heavy here in the next couple of weeks. Sign the squirrel. I like that. Take care of the ball. That's true. Where can you live stream this game for free? You don't have ESPN, Scott? Wow. Well, to have the ESPN app, I think you have to have ESPN service. I think today was a bad day for the poor Giants. But you know, I'm trying to figure out which is worse: losing like we did last week, getting our butts kicked, or having victory right there and lose it on a 61-yard field goal. I mean, that's like heart-wrenching. Am I friends with Shango? Him and I do watch each other's videos. I did meet him out in California, one of the coolest guys out there, and he is literally the granddaddy of Dallas Cowboy bloggers. Me and Shango are definitely cool. Sandman wants to know, Michael, who do you think's going to win? He said, I mean, come on, man. Dallas. For real. Great tune. Okay. What's the final injury report? Actually, I don't have that in front of me, but we're going to have Awuzie is going to be out. We don't know about Terrence Williams, but I have a feeling that he will be playing. Jonas Jensen, shout out to you in Denmark. That's amazing, man. Talking to people all across the world here. Well, you know what, Lewis? Here's what's interesting to me. The Seattle Seahawks right now are becoming a dumpster fire. You already had Richard Sherman talking about, well, it's on our defense because we know our offense can't do it. Well, the defense gave up 33 points yesterday, and they got their butts kicked. And I can guarantee you that that locker room is going to get ugly, and that the Cardinals, the Seahawks are going to start looking at it's time to rebuild, and it's time to start unloading some of these contracts and trying to get some draft picks. I still believe there's an opportunity that Richard Sherman will get traded before the trading deadline. But then again, what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll this year. Mike, that's a good point. If Zeke gets more than 100 yards against that rushing defense that Arizona has, we definitely win. Sandman, I'm glad your family loves my cooking. Too bad they weren't here to try some of it. Robert, everybody better show up. So far this year, they haven't recreated that dominance. Yeah, Boomer, this is going to be an interesting one with Jalen Smith because this is where he had his knee destroyed almost 2 years ago. And I'm wondering how he's going to feel coming out on that field for the first time. It's been an amazing story with him. Just 9 months ago, literally, people were still questioning if he would ever get on the field again. For him to be tied with Sean Lee with 17 tackles, according to the NFL, the Cowboys say 23, is an amazing feat with that knee the way it is. Excuse me, that drop foot the way it is. Zach, I tell you, everybody in that defense, we had so many missed tackles last week, it wasn't even funny. And part of the problem with tackling now is with the collective bargaining that was done with the basically veteran players, they've done away with tackling in practice. You can't take somebody to the ground. You don't have as many padded practices, so you don't really practice tackling at all. Basically, what you have as far as skills when you get to the NFL is as far as it's going to get. Believe it or not, from the time the season actually starts, there's only 11 padded practices. And with that, if you don't know how to tackle, you're not going to get any better tackling. And you see a lot of these guys that keep trying to just throw a shoulder and everything else or just, lower their head instead of actually getting your head across the body and wrapping up and taking it to the ground. So it truly is a lost art. Michael, you're not the only person to say that Zeke looks a little bit chubby. He could be a little bit out of shape. He may have been thinking, I'm going to be sitting the first 6 weeks and maybe kind of dialed it back a little bit. One of the things that I noticed when we were at training camp was he didn't actually get a whole lot of reps. And I don't know if that was because they were thinking that he may end up not being out there or if it's just that he's Zeke, he just has to show up and he's going to be great. Okay, National Anthem is getting ready to come up. So we're going to find out what we're going to find out. BS. I found you, man, by typing. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. What were you? This thing just flew through. I've got to find this. Football sucks. I burned all my gear. Screw the Neelers. Okay. All right. Well, if you bought all that gear and burned it, well, that's on you. But I see you're on still a chat channel. I feel sorry that people voicing their opinion makes you want to throw away and burn all your stuff, but I guess that is what it is. I found you by typing Joe and then booze. That's funny, BS. I like that.
So we've decided to tear them down.
Marky Carpenter. Yeah, you're actually right on that. Skandrick is playing with a broken hand, and Awuzie is not playing. True. But there's a little difference of playing with a broken hand because you can go ahead and get the padded cast and stuff on there. But a hamstring is kind of different. Hamstring, when you tweak a hamstring or pull a hamstring, you literally can't run. And being a cornerback, if you can't run, you're going to get beat. So I'm okay with him not playing. The reality is we're going to have to almost count this as a redshirt year because it's going to take weeks for that hamstring to heal. Yes, sir, Michael.
So get back to it and do the best work of your life.
Yeah, well, lots of guys play, but you have a club. You don't have to have your hand to run, and that's the thing. It's a little harder to tackle, but if you don't have your wheels, you're not going anywhere. Michael, I like that. He's the fastest chubby guy I know. He's definitely a lot faster than me, and I know I'm chubby. First time viewer, thanks BS. I'm glad you're here, man. Hope you stick around. I try and be a little bit different than all the other channels out there. We talk about the Dallas Cowboys as well as some of the other stuff that's going on in the NFL. We do some cooking videos. We talk about life and everything else, and hopefully have a good time. So hopefully you enjoy it. How does the Cardinals offensive line? Well, everybody's better than the Giants offensive line. But as far as quarterbacks go, Carson Palmer and Eli Manning are about in the same category right now. Both of them are aging quarterbacks. Carson Palmer, if you get pressure, he's going down the ground or he's going to turn over the ball. They lost their best running back for a season-ending injury in training camp, so that hurts them. They have a great run-stopping defense. They have really good corners, but I think they really miss having Calais Campbell. Coaching, I agree, definitely is a need to be better. The problem with here's my thing with our offense. Okay, when you look at last year, literally nobody really stopped us other than the Giants. You get the attitude that all we have to do is maul people, but what you got to understand is if you're not changing and getting better, you're actually getting worse in the NFL. Teams are going to figure you out, and with the pressure that Denver was able to put on them, they just literally just pounded us into submission, which is something we didn't have before. King David, your wife is watching for the first time in Tucson, Arizona. Well, that's cool. Huh? What? No, we were talking about his wife. Shout out. Give a shout out to his wife who's watching for the first time in Arizona. Oh, so my wife was live streaming here. Oh, okay. We all have bad wills. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Everybody is locked arms for the Cowboys. Oh, interesting.
And the other, I'm going to see what the other team's going to do.
Wow.
So that
Jerry's on the field.
And Jerry's on. Oh my goodness.
What's he doing?
Oh, so Jerry's like, get the camera on me. Get the camera on me.
I want to know what the other team's going to do.
Okay, so
Jerry Jones out there too.
Jerry Jones, the snake oil salesman, out there.
There's a son.
One of them.
That's Jerry.
Oh, and the Cowboys are taking it.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait a minute. America's team. Wait, where's Jerry?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Jerry, look.
Yes.
He's like, I run this shit. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Game, set,
Now check it out.
and match.
Well, look, they're doing it.
Oh my God.
Are you recording?
I need. Wow.
I need to see what the Arizona Cardinals doing the same thing too.
Forgive me, guys. I'm actually looking for the remote control here.
What they did was show solidarity before, which I think is great. That's
Yes.
kind of the best of both.
Wow.
Yes.
That was incredible.
This is amazing.
Okay.
It means more for Dallas Cowboys because Jerry Jones is nice.
Well,
Live NFL on my channel.
Jerry just did was before that flag came.
I know, but he was saying he'll fire anybody who does that.
Okay, so. National Anthem.
Oh.
Okay.
Jordan! We're in Arizona.
What's so at the twilight's
Yeah, they're in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
who must send bright stars through the perilous
Hey.
You're more chunky than me.
All right, now.
Good Proverbs 31:8. You see that? She had a Bible verse written on her hand.
Wow. That was incredible. You know, I got to say, I'm proud of Jerry Jones because the Cowboys were the only team that did not make a statement
They just did.
before now. And for Jerry Jones, after saying what he had said about everybody better stand for the national anthem before this whole situation, is incredible that he's out there and part of it. But then again, Jerry Jones loves the limelight and probably loved that everybody was talking about the Cowboys have made a statement. And then you started hearing about the rumors of the Dallas Cowboys going to do something. And, of course, they go through. Now, I just saw somebody in here who said, that's it. They're done. They're going to burn their Dallas Cowboy gear. They're done with the Cowboys after 21 years.
There was absolutely no disrespect to any flag.
Well,
They took a knee before the flag rolled out.
Fortunately, the front.
No, you're okay. All I can say is I feel bad that you're gonna, if you are going to burn your stuff and give up on football. There's a lot of people who've said that. I've also had a lot of people who've also said before that they're done with this channel and they're going to unsubscribe, and then a couple hours later I see their comments. So I understand. You may be more passionate. You know, I guess it is what it is. I just wish that as a country we could just end up having conversations instead of everybody having the FU attitude. Maybe we have some empathy for others and understand and try to understand what other people are thinking. That's what I always try and do. I literally will talk to anybody. I've been seen with people that you'd look at and say, you might not want to talk to that person because you might not come back alive. But the thing about it is the more times I meet people with different ideas and cultures and upbringings, the more I realize that we're all really the same. We all really want the same things. You know, we want to enjoy life. We want to see our kids grow up and do well, do better than the rest of us. We want to have nice things. We want to be able to enjoy things, and we want to see our Cowboys in the Super Bowl. There's a lot of things we can agree on, and we should hopefully understand that we're stronger and better together than we are divided. You know, that's what the enemy wants, is they want us all to be divided. But, you know, we got to learn how to love each other and realize we can do amazing things together. And with that said, we are about to get this game started. I need to get Joe Boo his rum. Oh, Joe Boo, you lucky SOB.
There's your sugar.
Hmm?
There's your sugar.
My sugar? Well, you know what?
Joe's gotta have that.
That's Joe. Let's see. That's Joe Boo's rum, and it's only Joe Boo's rum. Nobody else gets that rum. Me, on the other hand, I get the other bottle of rum.
Almost. Basically got it, right? Basically almost. But you're doing great.
Chad, here's the interesting thing. Well, no, I'm not even going to go there. We're not talking about this anymore. We've done the national anthem. We're about to kick off the game, and we're about to have football. We can discuss this later on, and I hope we continue discussion because, right or wrong, the fact that we are having a discussion about it is a positive thing. You may not agree with it. You may be pissed off, but sometimes we have to get pissed off before things can get better. My beautiful wife, change comes out of chaos. Kickoff, yes. Go Cardinals. Daniel, you know, I just love you, dude, man. You are just hilarious. I serve to protect our freedom and Constitution, not a song. Amen to you, AS. And thank you for your service, man. You're very welcome, Mickey. Good tackle. You mean we aren't live? Damn, we weren't live. Wow. All right. All right, guys. I will see you at halftime. Hopefully, we'll end up having a great game. Shout out to all you guys, and thank you for the support. Oh, okay. 10 seconds. All right, guys. See you at halftime.